right, we are recording. Hello, everybody. My name is George Paredes. I'm here with my friend Miles that I met the other day, and yeah, he's from Chicago. We think we met through one of the Facebook groups, and he hit me up, and we had a good conversation. And so I asked him if he wouldn't mind, jumping on my mediocre little YouTube page, little podcast, so he can kind of let everybody know who he is, and if anybody would like to do business with him and get to know him a little better, he's got my thumbs up, my stamp of approval. I wish I was as young as him and having certain people and having that mission that he has, and he's gonna share with us a little bit of where he's at now, where he came from, and where he wants to go. So with no further ado, Miles, introduce yourself and hey man, just tell us little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Myles Reese, 22, about to be 23 this year. It's my golden birthday this year, so 23 on the 23rd of this month. Early Christmas, baby.
Nice.
But so what kind of got me, like I was telling you earlier, what kind of got me into wholesale was I work customer service.
Okay.
So I was taking a customer home one day. I work at an auto mechanic shop. I'm a porter, so I was taking a customer home one day. We were having a great conversation, and they were dialoguing about real estate, and it jogged my mind. Then I just started searching and searching and searching and searching. I originally started out wanting to be a wholesaler. So once I kind of found like what was Pace's avatar, I thought
Mhm.
my avatar was a wholesaler at first. So I went in, I tried the wholesale. I'll admit, I could have put way more work in. Looking back at it now, it's always more work you could have put in. I could have had more connections, but I went to go to the meetups in Chicago, and I met a couple people, got my feet wet. I was so nervous. It was butterflies in my stomach driving there. Do I look good? Do I smell good? What do I say? But it was good. I went to go there, and that was like my first real introduction to like what the real estate community I would say has to offer.
Okay. Sweet, sweet. And yeah, Miles. So you said, how long have you been going to these networking events, or was this your first one?
This was my first one. I attended it about 2 months ago. I should be going to more. Like I said, it's still more work to be put
Right.
in. But
Okay. Man, sounds good. And tell us how was that experience. I know you said by you telling me that story, I realized that you do know a couple people that I know, and so that was pretty cool. To where okay, um, how you said you were kind of nervous, and I can relate to that as well. Miles, first time, I believe I had to take my wife. Like, babe, I'm scared. Can you come with me? And so I can relate with you. And you had, like, say, I look up to you because you have more courage than me to actually go on your own and go get that dream that you want to get. So you say you changed from wholesale. What caused that to change from wholesaling to what you're more interested into now?
I watched Pace's your avatar video,
Okay.
and the Gator thing, it stuck out the most to me.
Okay.
'Cause I think it's something that I can it's something definitely that I can do now, and I can kind of manage even with my day job. It'll be a little bit, it just makes more sense to me personally to
Mm-hmm.
do that because I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy, but I have certain time breaks where it just makes more sense for me. I feel like my talents would be better there.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And so obviously I did ask you what porter was. Can you explain again what the I guess the job description or what a porter does?
Automotive porter. So I'm at a private shop, so it's a little bit different than a dealership. But
Okay.
so basically, I'll give you the basic job description. You do all the stuff that nobody else wants to do. You got to take customers home, which I actually enjoy a lot because I do enjoy meeting and talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
You get to run errands, so you get to meet other people's. You get to do like a lot of, it's like a lot of busy work, almost like if office work was busy work, this is
Mm-hmm.
office work equivalent of the automotive industry.
Okay. Nice, nice. 'Cause I always seen that description porter. I didn't know what it was, so appreciate you for sharing that with me, Miles. I'm pretty sure whoever's listening will learn that too, and will make me feel so weird. Like, oh man, I thought everybody knew what a porter was, but yeah, man. So you said basically you just watched Pace Morby and started consuming the information and kind of liked what he was, I guess, in quote unquote selling.
Yes,
Yeah,
he sold me. He got me.
right. Okay. And so have you I guess so before that, what were you doing before, or you were just a because obviously 22 turning 23, you just went to school, and how come you didn't go to college like most of us, or most of our parents said go to school, go do something.
So I did go to college. You know what's
Okay.
crazy? So I went to college and I thought this is why I originally picked the porter job because I thought, okay, maybe I'll still be an auto mechanic. But I'm class of 2019. So when
Okay.
I graduated, I took one gap semester because I didn't know if I wanted to go to like maybe UTI or to college. But then
Okay.
I decided, okay, I'll go to college. So I went to my local colleges, community college of DuPage, is a community college, but
Right.
it's super big, so it's almost like a university.
Wow.
So I was there and I was actually liking it. So I went to college for a semester.
Okay.
I had three classes. I was doing good in all three of my classes, but my two automotive classes were obviously my highest classes because I was hands on.
Right.
But I only got 2 months out of it, and then COVID came around,
Hmm.
handicapped everybody, and that made it hard for me because you can't learn how to work on a car. How do you even know how to turn the wrench? Which way
Right.
is loosened? Which way is tight? And I just couldn't know none of that.
Right.
So I dropped out and I started working. And at the time, I door dashed for a little bit
Okay.
in between jobs, and then I always like sold sneakers and clean sneakers on the side.
Oh, nice.
Little just like little hustles, but
Right.
it was not it's not enough.
Right. Right. Okay. Man, one thing that obviously we met online the other day, but yeah, man, I think I feel the same connection with you. You know, you're smiling and you're cheerful, and especially the stereotype of Chicago, like, oh man, Chicago rough, and like just seeing something like yourself, man, that's inspiring and saying at your age, where I believe I kind of had entrepreneur aspirations, but I didn't really have the right environment around me, or maybe I wasn't doing a hard enough job to go find that. But so yeah, man, I love to see love to hear about you, and like I can't wait to see where you're trying to go, man. So as far as where to go, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, where do I see myself? Um, 5 years from now, I see myself in a place. I don't want to give out a financial number, but I'll just say in a place where I'm ready to have kids.
Oh, nice.
So 5 years, I plan on starting my family. I want to go
Oh,
and see the world a little bit. I
uh-huh.
don't. I'll be like a little. I'll be 20. I'll turn 27, 28 is cool for
Hmm.
me, having my first kid, but that's mainly kind of my drive now. I got a niece that I take care of. Maybe that's where I get the baby fever from,
Maybe.
but
Okay.
yes, that's definitely my plan. And so in 5 years, let me see. In 5 years,
Uh
that's a good
huh.
question.
Do you see yourself being a gator, or you probably just like I say you barely kind of getting your feet wet? So obviously, as you get around more people in the in the real estate realm, as you say, you're going to try to network a little bit more and kind of get your
Yes.
feet wet per se. And so I know you mentioned like say you were gator wrestling. Can you explain what that is or what that means to you? So maybe somebody maybe doesn't know that terminology, just like I didn't know about porter.
So gator wrestling is like okay, so in simple terms, you do wholesale, and let's say you got this great deal. Everything got to add up, but the seller's like, I don't know if you're I hear bad things. I'll just say they say I hear bad things about wholesale. How do I know you're serious?
Right.
So gator wrestling from this is just what I'm doing right now at least is you just fund the EMD on those deals to help lock in the contract. So you
Okay.
can be a contract as a wholesaler, but that doesn't mean that the seller is always gonna fulfill the contract, or you can be in negotiation. I'm sorry, you can be in negotiation, but they won't. The seller needs key things for you to see if that contract is valid or not. So if you're a wholesaler, they want to know if you're not just trying to take the. It's just it's almost like It's like reassurance in a sense.
Okay, gotcha. Because when you say gator, like a gator lender and gator wrestler, from what I understand, you're like saying, "Hey, Miles, I have this property in Chicago. I need help. I need some EMD. Do you know anybody that may be interested? Would you be the person, quote unquote, wrestling, finding that gator for me, or is that what it basically is?"
Yes, it is. So let's say you wanted to get a property in Chicago, for instance, they wanted $5,000 down on EMD.
Okay,
What I would do is I would find, or I'll call up another Gator and I'll ask them, hey, do you have $5,000 EMD on this deal? And me and them can make an agreement and I can fund your money. And then once the deal closes and escrow closes and everything and everybody gets paid out through title,
right.
the deal that I made with the other Gator, we fulfill our contract. So whether it's 70-30, 60-40, whatever you do in the contract.
Okay, and since you got a beautiful smile like me, most likely they'll probably want to give you a lot of it in return. But yeah, man. And speaking of Chicago, I don't know if you remember, I did tell you I have two friends. I think you met one of them, and the other one is in sub two. And she is also a Gator, and so
Okay.
we're trying to work together to where she's known me for 2 years. We've helped each other close a couple deals so far. But actually, maybe an hour before this interview, I actually spoke with her, and she was needing help with reaching out to pre foreclosures because she's actually pulling the data from the county website and
Hmm.
seeing if I can help her because I do have my main campaigns are through text campaigns, so I
Okay.
send out mass text campaigns to where I'm like, well, what if I can help you in that way? Because I always hear bad things about Chicago to where the like you were mentioning the wholesalers to where, but she schooled me a little bit. Something happened a couple years ago to where I don't know if there was people were doing bad business. So obviously those people that do bad business, they kind of make it harder for other people that are actually wanting to help with something like pre foreclosures.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Well. Uh huh.
Chicago got a bad rep. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No problem.
Illinois as a whole, I don't want to just say Chicago because
Uh-huh.
you got I'm in the suburbs, so you got big grand mass suburbs in the Chicagoland area.
Uh-huh.
But Chicago, maybe 2020, 2021, they had implemented the rule where you need to have a real estate license to.
Okay.
So they've already been working against it.
Right.
So EMD would just that's even better for you if you're a wholesaler in a state where you need a license or you can only do so many deals without
Right.
a license. If you want to maximize your profit, let's say you can only do 2 deals and you want to maximize your profit, you might make more money with the EMD because it shows them how serious you are.
True. True. Okay.
So you might have a little bit more bargaining room with that.
Gotcha. That's true. Cause here in Houston and mostly the cities I've done business so far, Miles, I do say, and I guess I was scared at first, like, oh man, I don't have this money. But as I gain more confidence, I'm usually putting $100 down on the EMD to where if they don't make a big deal about it, hey, they're fine with the $100 because obviously my excuse is, hey, Mr. Seller, I do and it's truthful, I don't have a budget to be dropping these large amount of money quantities on these EMDs because I plan to do about 10 deals a month. So I'm spreading this budget out a little bit and not all the deals are going to fall through. But obviously learning that Miles, having people like yourself to where I haven't ran into it, but I'm sure I'm going to run as I scale up and deal with people. Maybe like I say, I am planning to start marketing in Chicago, and knowing that is like, okay, all right, how much do you want? And then that comes down to me actually doing my homework, underwriting it well to where I know if I do wholesale it, I'll have enough spread to either pay back the gator and
Yeah.
have enough to where I can pay them whatever the agreement was to get their return on investment at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And
So
when I ask you about goals, do you plan to hold any properties as far as real estate, or just gator wrestle your whole career?
I'm still thinking. So 5 years, I don't so 5 years 5 years, I want to have like a legitimate lending. I'll say lending. I don't want to call it a gator business, but I want to have like a legitimate business where I have employees and systems added in. I think
Sweet.
5 years is plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
But so what do I do with my other time? I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe I go into. I like fixing flips. I like the idea of fixing flips a lot.
Okay. Do you want to do it yourself or just have a team that does it for you?
I get a team. I don't want to do nothing myself.
Me too, man. I'm there with you, man. See, I think that's why we get along. I like, man. Not say I'm pretty, but I'm a pretty boy. I'd rather be good at like
Doing
talking,
nails.
using my gab, and learning the problem, providing the solutions. And then if one of the solutions makes sense to them, then hey, let's put this under contract. Let's move on to the next steps. Let me do my due diligence, make sure my numbers are right, make sure my lenders are in place, and let's go. And obviously, like a lot of people have a problem when they say, if you're helping me, aren't you getting paid? Well, at the end of the day, it's a service. We're rendering a service, but obviously it's providing a service to people who may be in a situation like a pre-foreclosures, whether they may be going through tough times. Somebody may have passed away in their family, to where that mortgage is catching up with them. They're not able to make those payments, so it comes down to people like say with your what you do as a porter, getting another person, kind of
Yeah.
creating that rapport with them, and then seeing if how you can help them.
Yeah, well, that happens a lot. So some people and like the more you listen to people, this is what I'm starting to learn. Like the more you listen to people, you'll understand, especially if you ask the right questions, you'll understand the pain points. So like with a porter, I'll give an example.
Uh huh.
Just happened today because it happens all the time.
Sweet.
Taking a customer home and they're hearing like noise under the car rattle. Probably like they just need shocks or something small like that. But they went to other stores and this customers, a lot of customers shopping around. Like I'm business to consumer, so they'll shop around for the deal before they come to you, or they'll look at your reviews and go
No.
there and ask about the price. So they got quoted a price, and I had to reinsure them like, hey, this is a service that we do. We have these really good ratings for a reason, and I understand why you guys came here because I would come to some place too. They have 4.8 stars with over 100 reviews within the last 2 months. That's very good. That shows a lot on your business. So
Right.
I had to explain that to him, and I had to explain to him also how dangerous it is because so if you have something loose in your suspension while you're driving your car,
Right.
bump and have you ever heard about Chicago's potholes?
Now, we got some in Houston, but I don't know if they're worse than Chicago's. But
I haven't been to Houston, so I can't speak on that, but I know Chicago has some craters.
oh wow, not Paho, they got craters.
Craters. But I
Man,
mean, stuff like that. You run over that, and you got your shocks loose. You do that, you might bend your tie rod. Now you can't turn your wheel, or your steering wheel's like this driving. It's a lot of
right,
things. You got your kids in the car, so that's it. I do that with people and show you stress safety, and like you said, it's a service, but it's for the better of you.
right. Man, I love that you mentioned, like, say you were saying everything, like you're mentioning credibility. Hey, check us out. We're not frauds, to where, like, say it's basically, like, say at the end of the day, just rendering that service and learning that a lot of people have it twisted with the whole, man, the money that I got dictates how successful I am. But something that it's been stuck in my mind, Miles, is money doesn't dictate the success, because the money is the byproduct of success,
Yes.
and success is the byproduct of the service you render. So it's understanding, hey, yeah, I'm here. At the end of the day, I want to get paid, or I'm trying to make a living for my family, but I had to do that by rendering the service, by being able to, unlike selling a car or selling a pen, I'm selling myself as a problem solver. And how am I doing that? By reading books, by getting better, learning these people that I talk to where I think I read this in a book. It says, first you must seek to understand before being understood. So I need to learn about Myles before I know what to. I guess before I can tell Myles what to do, I got to understand how Myles work. Does he learn visually? Does he learn audio? Or does
Yeah.
he learn all three? Or does he need repetition? Hey, and being patient with Myles and holding his hand, because some people get it quick, and some people, it's just. And that's the beauty of this whole world, Myles. And I think, like, say, just like you're learning as your 9 to 5 job with real estate, it's kind of like separating the person from the property, and understanding, hey, man, what got you wanting to sell anyway? What's the backstory? I'm so interested. And then somehow they start dropping that guard and just start spilling. And I think you got that. I don't know if you ever want to venture into that realm, and we can talk about later as we know each other
Definitely gonna
better
talk
and
about
better.
that.
Yeah, but man, shoot, I think I've ran out of questions. And is there anything, how can I be of service to you? Because I know that's one thing us the sub two students always ask. How can I help you out, Miles?
Okay, so I'm be honest. I need accountability.
Okay, gotcha. And
I
how
think
can
that's
how, how can I do that?
I'm not saying hold my hand, but like a connection almost, like just conversation here and there. It doesn't even have to like something because I get scatterbrained sometimes, and I think that's my biggest problem now. So
Okay,
really is just connection. Like I said, you're the first one who I got to talk to, especially in the in the free Facebook community. Actually, is how this
right,
came about. So I didn't even pay for this, and you taking your time out to do this. I didn't
right,
drive anywhere. I didn't even have to go to it. Like I said, go to a meetup. That was 30
right.
minutes for me. I didn't even have to do that, and you didn't have to pick up the phone. So
True, true, true. But man, I'm glad I did. And Miles, like I say, it's
yes,
just like we mentioned, another sub two great, Kevin Cho is like, man, this guy is y'all are about the same age and he's killing it. And I've known him for now. I say I know him, like we talk, like me and you. I probably talk to you more than I talk to him, but we I look up to him, and like say even though he's younger, it's like, man, keep going, bro, and learning that in this business, we may come from a angle of, maybe if I'm wording it right. Sometimes, man, I'm jealous of this person, man. I want what he does, but that jealousy turns into more like admiration. So,
yes,
man, I'm admired by Miles. I want to do what he's doing. And like, are you jealous? No, man. I want to be like him. I may not be as young. Obviously, I can't go backwards in time, but like you're saying, having that accountability, yeah, it's important. But yeah, I would love to help you with that, and at the same time, learning, being able to teach you what I'm learning, and it helps me reinforce what I'm learning because I'm spitting it out. I'm telling you, and then like you're actually trying it out yourself, and like, hey, George, it worked. Like, oh crap,
yeah.
I do know what I'm talking about, and you're helping me become accountable by maybe putting me on the spot, which I'm learning to love. Is like kind of like I do with my team, that we do we cold call sometimes or text certain people. Like, George, I'm scared to call this person. Like, shoot, I'm scared too. Like, well, bump it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's hop on the
No,
phone. Whether I mess it up or I close it, it's a learning experience. And then what's beautiful about that, Miles, is that they're able to give me feedback. And now I wasn't like this when I first started. I'm appreciating that feedback because they want me to become better. And so when you say accountability, I'm more than happy to help you in any way. Obviously, you have my number, and we're connected through here. And like say, it's I would love to see your journey. I want to see you go farther than where you think you can go right now. When you say 5 years, and then
yeah.
help you in any way and connect you with the couple people I do know in Chicago. And you already know a couple we have in common, so that's just a start, and see where it goes from there.
Sounds like a plan. You're gonna be included in the start of the journey. This is the journey right here.
Woo.
So
Nice,
this is
nice.
history. This is history for both of us.
This is history, huh? Man, we'd be in front of big crowds with Steve Harvey.
Oh, wanna be crazy? Oh,
Uh-huh. Love it, love it. Well, all right, Miles. Well, as far as I don't know if I'll edit this because I'm not real good at that aspect, but I'll download this and I'll post it on my YouTube page. Would you want anybody to reach out to you if they by chance they're watching this? As far as what will be the best way to contact you?
yes. So the best way to contact me right now is my direct phone line, which is 630-880-3967.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, since you gave it out, obviously, in the description, I'll post it there too. If you don't mind, Miles, that way people can reach out to you and see how they can, help you out as well. Reach your 5 year goals and 10 year goals and 15 years goals. But man, like I said, I'm honored to, honored for you to be on here, and I look forward to seeing where this relationship goes.
Me too. It's a pleasure. I come on here anytime, anything you want. Just let me know, George. I appreciate this once again.
Oh man, appreciate you, bro, and you have a great night. And yeah, guys, like I said, reach out to Miles, and if you need anything from me, let me know as well. And thank you, Miles.
You're welcome.
All right.